YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about quarter four. Yes, you heard me right, quarter four of the year. This is by far the most requested video on this channel. You guys have been asking me, Kevin, what am I going to do for quarter four? What am I supposed to do? How do I make the most out of it? And so in this video, you guys are actually going to be getting direct access into one of my inner circle calls that I do with my students every single week. And in this one, I literally break down my whole entire Q4 strategy going into, October, November, December. And this is by far one of the biggest opportunities when it comes to e-commerce and literally making the most out of it, because if there was ever a time to start organic dropshipping and literally go all in, this is by far the best time, And so I'm going to be laying down the whole entire blueprint on how I'm going to be kind of approaching Q4. And so if you guys find some sort of value and do want to work with me one-on-one going into Q4, you guys can go ahead and apply to join the inner circle in the link in the description. And with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would definitely recommend you guys go ahead and, take some notes, because I definitely go in depth. And this is by far one of my biggest videos that I'm going to be posting on this channel when it comes to the absolute amount of value that I'm going to be dropping. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And enough yapping, let's just get straight into the lesson. First and foremost, let's just break down what quarter four is, right? For the people that don't know what Q4 even means, because I get a lot of people talking about yo, what the fuck is Q4? What does that even mean? So Q4 stands for the fourth quarter of the year. So this is October, November, December. And this period is by far the most important and profitable quarter for organic, because it includes major shopping events and holidays, right? Like I talked about, we got Halloween, we have Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday, we have Christmas, right? And then we have like New Year's, because a lot of these e-com businesses, online shopping in general, even Amazon, do New Year's sales, right? And so a lot of people are, looking forward to these holidays, right? And during these holidays, a lot of gift giving is happening and a lot of online shopping is happening, right? So first and foremost, I want to talk about the psychology of quarter four, right? And why it's so important to actually lock the fuck in, because no one talks about this, right? We're going to be talking about the emotional trigger of, quarter four of the year. And this is what I like to call like gift giving mode, because during quarter four, people's mindset shifts from buying for themselves to buying for others, right? And so they're subconsciously or even consciously scanning their feeds, so TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, to kind of say, okay, who would actually love this product instead of, do I need this? Because again, when you're in like that gift giving mode, I don't know if you've ever felt like giving a gift to somebody, whether it's like your significant other, your family, whatever it may be, you have like this mentality of like, I want to gift something to someone, right? And so subconsciously or even consciously, you're just going to be thinking about like, oh, this would be really cool to gift to somebody. So this just justifiably makes impulse purchases much easier to trigger, because buyers actually justify their purchases as thoughtful and not selfish. So subconsciously or consciously, whatever realm you're in, you're going to be thinking like, oh, I'm purchasing this because I'm going to gift it to someone. So I'm actually going to feel so much better about it. And I'm not going to feel selfish or like I'm wasting money. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, right, the emotional trigger is absolutely huge behind, online shopping. The next thing we're going to be talking about too is the low barrier decision making, right? Because buyers don't actually overthink their purchases, right? Because typically, like I said, going back to the whole gift giving season, gift giving mode, a lot of these are just emotionally driven, right? You're thinking of how your mom is going to react when you buy her said whatever purse, right? I've always wanted to buy my mom this particular gift, and I'm still working on it till this day. But till this day, I still imagine how my mom would feel from me giving her this item. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's something that you literally imagine and you kind of feel in you like, damn, bro, my mom would be so happy with this. So a lot of these decisions are emotionally driven, right? And typically, average order values in Q4 are just fucking way higher, not because buyers are rational, but because they're stacking gifts. So a lot of people in the United States, I know we have some people outside of the US here, but there's these things called stocking stackers or whatever. Like, you put gifts in like the stockings, and people are essentially stacking gifts. So not only are you gifting, one item to a significant other or your family, you're usually gifting multiple fucking gifts, right? And so think about, right, these buyers are like, oh, this would be cool to add to like a stocking stuffer, or this would be cool to add to my sister's list, right? Because typically when people, make a list for Santa, they're asking for multiple things. And again, on TikTok and IG, buyers don't sit there, comparing reviews for hours. They see a fun emotional video and they hit buy. People don't give a fuck about reviews during this time. Well, probably some people do, but like I said, when things are emotionally driven, people are just like this when it comes to buying something. So again, if you can kind of like connect with people or spark some sort of emotion through your content, through your product, they're gonna just be more prone to buying. Okay, guys? Next, I'm gonna be flying through these. There's a lot of these. There's 5, okay? Viral influence. So, typically when people are scrolling, they subconsciously are thinking this will make me look thoughtful and cool, because social proof is huge in fucking Q4. No one talks about this because people want to give gifts that are unique, funny, sentimental, or viral. Imagine your product is going super viral. Everyone's talking about it. Him and her are gifting it to each other. You want to be part of the crowd, right? Think of like the fucking Labubus, right? Every single female in the US talks about Labubus because it's super viral, it's very unique, and it's kind of funny, right? So when you kind of feel left out of a certain crowd because you don't have that certain gift or you're not able to obtain it, then that's when people start to fucking be like, okay, well, I should probably try and obtain this item for the holidays so I look cool. And again, you have this little mentality of like, this will make me look cool and thoughtful. It's all about fucking looking cool nowadays, right? So when they see a product blowing up on TikTok, Instagram, their brain ties it to status, right? So this is why it's so important to go viral, right? If you're going viral, people are literally seeing that you're actually giving status to the product without even knowing, right? So if I buy this, I'll look cool because this is what's kind of trending right now. And so that's why viral giftable products, right, fucking crush, dude, like custom jewelry, nostalgic gifts, emotional gifts, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because again, subconsciously, when you see a really big number on your screen, your subconscious mind is already putting value behind that product and again, kind of like creating that FOMO. Next thing we're going to talk about too is the justification loop, right? Because buyers mentally justify fast purchases because it's for someone else, not me. Just like I mentioned before, it's on sale. I'm saving money because typically when you're on Q4 of the year, you're running, these quarterly sales or like these holiday sales. So people are like, oh, it's on sale. I'm saving money. Let me just buy it. Or, lastly, like I said, if you have a very unique or custom product, it's unique and I won't find it again, right? All these factors reduce hesitation and, the checkout process happens a lot faster than any other time of the year, okay? Lastly, scarcity and urgency, like I mentioned, when it comes to discounts. Holidays comes with deadlines, so Christmas morning, Black Friday flash sales, shipping cutoffs, shoppers feel time pressure. So FOMO, like I mentioned, fear of missing out, kicks in fucking hard, right? TikTok and IG short form content amplifies this because people are fucking brain rotting all day. And so when they see limited stock and shipping before Christmas, they take instant fucking action because, they're kind of like in that mood already of like, let me just buy this. Fuck it. I need a gift quick, right? Especially if you can offer shipping before Christmas, right? And again, everyone has fucking money around this time. People are getting seasonal paychecks and bonuses. Many people receive holiday bonuses, year-end performance bonuses, or extra seasonal paychecks in November and December. So a lot of people have more buying power because they're getting all these bonuses for the end of the year. So even if it's a small check, this creates a mental permission slip, right? Let me repeat that. This creates a mental permission slip to spend more freely, especially on gifts, right? So it's like a fucking excuse, right? So buyers don't always treat this money as part of their budget, but they think of it as extra money meant to be spent and not saved. Imagine you get a bonus, $1,000 at the end of the year. Your brain subconsciously is going to be like, oh, this is like pretty much free money that I didn't even know about 2 months ago. And fuck it, it's just extra money. Let me go ahead and spend it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the whole psychology behind, these bonuses and again, Q4 in general. So now, how the fuck are we going to make the most out of Q4 and what do I actually need to make this all happen and make it possible? So first and foremost, we have to just talk about the sheer fact that you have to be as locked in as physically fucking possible, right? If there was ever a time to go all in on organic, the time is now. There is no missing uploads, not bullshitting. Put your head down and work. Because you can, like I said before, you can genuinely change your whole trajectory of your life if you actually go all in these next couple of months. You're not missing uploads. You're showing up to every single one-on-one call with me. You're showing up to every single weekly call. You're not bullshitting. You're not brain rotting, right? You're telling your family, you're telling your significant other, hey guys, this is a very important time of year for me, for my business. I would appreciate it if, you guys understood this because I might just be a little bit busy around this time, or I might just not be able to go to the family events. Literally just put yourself first during this time of year and be a little bit more selfish. And I guarantee that you will be able to do a lot more than if you were just trying to, just make everybody happy, plan these vacation trips that everyone likes to do. Like, bro, no. Not this fucking year, bro. I need you to put your head down and work. you can book the vacation trip after you fucking print Q4 during January or February, right? That's what I usually do. But Q4, head is down, I'm heading to work, and I'm fucking locking in, okay? So ideally, these are gonna be the things that you need to go into Q4. So we're kind of talking about more of the technical stuff here, right? So you have at least 3 products actively being ran going into Q4 that you're already kind of like running either now or in like a month. So make sure that you're already kind of going into Q4 with momentum, right? Maybe you're getting sales here, maybe you're getting sales there. Because remember, like I said, Q4 is literally on steroids. So if you have like a 1K per mil product during Q4, it might just ramp up to 2 to 3K, right? Because again, everything is like double XP. Think of like a double XP event on your favorite video game, right? So ideally, we would want to have at least 3 products going into Q4 to maximize output, right? So again, apart from this, you want to at least have a couple of primed IG accounts ready to go. So if you guys haven't already obtained an IG account that's primed, go ahead and start doing the niche growth method. Either buy an IG account that's primed, niche growth method, or use like an old primed IG account that you've had forever, and just get ready to repurpose it for your Q4 products, right? Because again, I'm not going to be the one to tell you IG is ass. No, IG is really fucking good. There's a lot of longevity, and it's a very high leverage platform because you literally just don't do much for the amount of result that it provides you. Like all you do is fucking repurpose videos, split test, and you make more money. As opposed to TikTok, makes you work your ass off. We all know the deal, right? So at least have a couple primed IG accounts ready to go. A schedule to maximize efficiency and outputs daily. So some systems, which we'll talk about later. And obviously fucking focus. This is going to be probably the most important part, focus, right? So a little bit more technicality stuff. 3 products being ran at the same time, bare minimum. Like I said, you want to be going into Q4 with 3 products, 2 to 3 videos per day per product. So ideally you want a minimum of 6 videos being posted on a daily basis. Like guys, we're going all in here, bro. And again, quick decision making. So if you're testing a product during Q4 or right now, I would probably give every testing phase, right? My testing phase that I always talk about, a maximum of 2 weeks, because if it doesn't perform, you move on. There's no time to fucking test a product for 2 months now. Like we have to be quick with our decision making and test our asses off as soon as possible, so we're saving time. Because in this game of Q4 or even just e-com in general, bro, time is fucking money. And like I said, the most important part is focus. And I'm gonna repeat this a couple of times. The truth is that Q4, totally fucking typed that wrong, isn't about doing more things, right? It's about cutting away everything that doesn't matter and doubling down on what directly moves the needle. People, when they come to me about Q4, like, oh, what should I add? What should I do? Should I do this differently? Should I do? No. It's literally about cutting away everything that doesn't fucking matter, right? And doubling down on what you know is gonna move the needle, right? Because we have this illusion of Q4. We have this illusion of like doing more. But I can tell you that's what's really moved the needle for me, you know, has been cutting away shit and just focusing on shit that's actually going to make me money, provide a certain result that I want in my life, and genuinely just level me up as a person, right? And that includes cutting away shit and not adding stuff in, right? So you roughly have 90 days to capitalize on the biggest buying wave of the year, like I said, and every hour wasted on distractions, so fucking doom scrolling, brain rotting, second guessing, tinkering with fucking irrelevant tasks that don't even fucking matter, is literally money left on the table. So the compounding effect of distractions is deadly, because one day wasted in November can cost you weeks of momentum because of how fast everything kind of fucking moves. Everything's moving so fast. People are fucking split testing. There's new concepts coming out. People are fucking going crazy with their sales, doing drops. Like, dude, everything is moving so crazy. So even like taking one day off is it could actually kind of fuck up your momentum, because organic, like I tell everybody here, or I've mentioned in my videos, is a game of momentum. It's all about momentum. Everything is momentum based, right? Even down to like how you feel, mentally can impact how much money you make. I know me and Ernestus was talking about this not too long ago, how like sometimes if you have some, outside factors that are fucking your life up, and, that's actually going to translate to your business, believe it or not. So like if you start feeling shitty, you're going through some bullshit breakup or whatever, or I don't fucking know, like, some shit is going outside of your, outside life, that can actually impact your momentum and, directly correlate to how much money you're making in e-com. It's all fucking connected, boys. It's all connected. So again, eliminating distractions, right? I always talk about this. Eliminating social media scrolling, right? Using it only for product and content research, not entertainment. So you should become a fucking producer and not a consumer, right? Use social media for product research and content research. Stop fucking watching, girls shaking ass and shit. What are you doing, bro? Like, stop doing that. Actually lock in, right? Overlearning is a big thing too. Don't waste Q4 on consuming endless info, and implement, right? Take action of what you already know, right? Because a lot of people fall into like this like analysis paralysis. Oh, I have to make sure everything is set in place for Q4 before I even start. No, bro. Get straight to it, bro. Get straight to it. Get straight into making content. Get straight into product research. What are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? You're never going to have every single fucking piece of information ever, right? There's always going to be some missing components, but it's a matter of implementing what you already know, right? Again, comparisons, right? Focus on your feed, your products, and your metrics, not what other sellers are posting, what people are posting on their fucking Discord results. Bro, don't give a shit about that, bro. You should be focusing on yourself, right? Because again, when you're focusing on other people's results, you start thinking, bam, bro, I should be doing more on Q4. Why am I not printing, bro? And that's going to fuck up your whole entire, again, momentum, your whole internal aura, everything, bro. So focus on yourself. Put your head down, tunnel vision, right? And again, personal life noise. Like I said, personal life noise. Everything is connected, right? Communicate with your friends and family early that you'll be locked in this Q4 because it's your fucking time to sprint. You know what I'm saying? So let them know, hey, guys, like I'm going to be busy, okay? And if those are actually your friends, they're going to understand. If they start mocking you, oh, bro, you're taking this shit too seriously. Oh, big guy, big man. Sorry, boss man. You know what I'm saying? If they do that shit, because I've literally been through that shit, cut them the fuck off, bro. You don't need them. Those are not your friends. Your friends would literally be like, I understand, Kevin. I understand that you're trying to lock in. You're all good. We'll talk later. Bro, it's simple, dude. But yeah, I really want to like just hammer down focus, okay? Now, the system parts, right? Everyone talks about system. What the fuck is a system? So I want to break down the word system so everyone kind of understands what I'm talking about. I'm going to sip my coffee. But a system is simply a structured set of processes, right? Steps or components that work together consistently to achieve a specific goal or outcome, right? So the key parts of a system are inputs, processes, outputs, and feedback loop. So again, what is our goal and outcome for dropshipping? Making fucking money online, right? Growing a brand, making money consistently, quitting the 9-to-5, right? These are all an outcome. This is all a goal, right? But to have a certain goal, you need to have certain inputs that lead you to that goal. So inputs could be what goes into it, right? Time, resources, energy, information, right? This is stuff that is really going to move the needle, right? Inputs. This is the type of shit like filming, editing, content research. These are all inputs that lead to the direct action of going viral. And what does going viral lead to? Sales. And what does sales lead to? Financial freedom, right? Processes, right? The methods or steps taken to handle those inputs, right? So like I said, are you delegating tasks to teams? Are you, handling creators, right? Are you bulk filming? Are you planning your days out, right? These are all processes. And the outputs are the result that it produces. So, like I said, the result of a viral video is sales, right? Progression. These are all results, right? And again, this one no one talks about is the feedback loop, right? The feedback loop, the adjustments that are made to improve the system over time. Because if you know anything about what I kind of preach is just doing more of what's already working. And how do you know what's already working? It's through the feedback that you're getting from views, from sales, from engagement, from comments. These are all feedback loops. And so when you get these positive feedback loops, that triggers your brain, okay, I should do more of this, right? And so these are adjustments that are made to improve the system over time. And so you could have a negative feedback loop, right? Let's say we try a new concept, we try a new product. It's not cooking, right? It's dead and no one's commenting, bad fucking views. It's not popping off. That is a negative feedback loop. And so you have to make adjustments to improve this system over time, right? So a system isn't something fucking complex, crazy robot type of thing. No, this is considered a system, right? So let's break down some of my key systems. These aren't all of them. These are the ones that I wanted to talk about during this call because the ones that I kind of use at the moment are super fucking advanced. But it's very specific driven to, I guess, your current position with organic. But these are the ones that I'm going to talk about are the ones that really kind of helped me move the needle in the beginning, as well as like scaling everything. Okay. W Sauce, appreciate you, bro. So how to create the right systems for success, right? And so before I even talk about the first one, let's talk about leverage. What is actually leverage? The word leverage, right? using tools, platforms, or systems that your effort produces more results than the effort alone could ever achieve, right? So inorganic leverage means you're not just relying on your own time and energy. You're stacking things that multiply your output, right? So like I said, when it comes to leveraging a concept, if you find a winning concept, you are leveraging this concept because it's already printing you money for the amount of time. Because once you learn a concept, you kind of just rinse and repeat. It doesn't take you that much time. And also, you are leveraging your knowledge to your competitors. You're leveraging the fact that you have found a new concept that is printing you money and that other people don't know. That is leverage. Your mindset, your information that you obtain throughout time, that is all leverage, right? This is all leverage, right? So again, you're stacking these to multiply your output. So first one, ROI. This is my first system, ROI. How to create the right system for success. System number one is going to be return on investment, right? So as an organic dropshipper, your highest return on investment activities in quarter four are going to be product research, like I said, content creation, and then obviously fulfilling the orders and store optimization. Because if you can't fucking fulfill orders, you are not going to make any money. You're going to get fucking banned and you're cooked, right? These are the three main, I guess, needle movers of the whole ecosystem that is organic dropshipping and even just e-com in general, right? So if you're juggling too many things at once, you'll end up half-assing all of these and mastering none, right? So it's really important to just actually learn these three key pillars to execute, right? So quarter four, like I said, rewards the dropshippers who can tunnel vision on execution, content, products, and actually fulfillment, right? While ignoring distractions. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to do amazing content, finding a banger product, but you can't ship out the product. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? So these three all kind of go hand in hand to produce the biggest output, which is, printing, right? So this is my system number one, ROI. System number two is going to be content, right? So during quarter four, the goal is to make your product feel like the perfect holiday gift. So by tapping into seasonal psychology, you pretty much do this, right? So to actually kind of start doing this beforehand, you want to start, I guess, creating these holiday kind of videos 2 weeks prior, right? Because again, this is actually considered a marketing angle, right? 2 weeks prior to that particular holiday, right? So if you're going to start testing Christmas shit, I would honestly start, 3 to 2 weeks prior to the holiday to make sure that you're kind of testing these concepts and that they're successful, right? So again, gift giving angle, position yourself as the gift giver and position your product as the perfect gift for others, right? So whether it's friends, siblings, parents, partner, whatever you want. And again, you can use hooks like POV, the perfect gift for a whatever person, right? So again, it's all about gift giving season. So it's really important to position yourself as the gift giver and position your product as a good gift, as a perfect gift, right? Keyword is gift, right? So again, this could be audios and background. So if you're using a Halloween, right, or Christmas themed sound or concept around this holiday, it's just naturally going to perform a lot better because it's already going to be trending and pushed out more, right? Because again, bro, I'm seeing fucking Halloween content right now, right, in August, and it's absolutely crazy. We're not even in September yet, right? So again, the platform is just naturally going to be pushing out these concepts, pushing out these videos more if you're closer to that particular holiday. So next week, whenever September starts or whatever, you're going to be seeing a shit ton of Halloween content because, well, people are hyped up for Halloween and also the platforms are just pushing it out more, right? And by pushing it out more, that means you're getting more views, you're getting more eyes on your product, you're going viral more, and you're also getting more sales, right? Everything is kind of like interconnected here, right? And so another thing that no one really talks about is like the emotional / nostalgia angle. So this cozy / like sentimental theme that triggers feelings of family, childhood, and memories hooks people like crazy, bro, right? Because think about your childhood memories during Christmas time. You always thought about grabbing that gift under the tree and, having this illusion of Santa and it's just really, it's like me looking back at my childhood, it was like one of the best moments of my life when I, when Santa would come and I'd get my fucking Kindle Fire and I would play Minecraft on it, like some of the best times possible, bro. And so again, if you can kind of like, I guess, provoke this emotion and this nostalgia, right? It really does trigger people emotionally, and they're going to want to buy your product and also engage in your content. So again, a good concept that I see a lot of people do during these times is, having concepts where you're like grabbing your particular product from under the tree and maybe doing kind of like an unboxing and kind of getting a reaction from that, right? That's stuff that, if you celebrate Christmas, you've probably gone through at one point in your life. Okay. So yeah, content, super important. Next, system number 3, right? Routine. How can we create a successful routine to maximize for output, maximize for printage, right? So example, this is just an example. This is not what I do, but this could be something that me and you can kind of talk about during our one-on-one calls if it's necessary, right? If you want to build out like a full-fledged Google Calendar. I've done this with Ryan. I did this with Jay. And so this could be from structuring your mornings to, I don't know, filming and editing your TikToks, right? Aiming for 6 to 10 videos, because again, these are the highest return on investment activities, right? So in the morning, when you have the most amount of energy and kind of drive, you want to make sure that you're doing the hardest tasks of the day. And so for me, it's going to be filming and editing my TikToks. And again, I will just fucking pump out 6 to 10 videos a day if I can, right? Because then during the midday, when I'm eating my lunch and I'm like feeling a little bit lethargic and I'm just trying to chill, right? You're doing a little bit of product research, you're doing a little bit of concept research. And again, this doesn't take up too much of your energy. And then going into the afternoon, you're posting your content, you're engaging the comments. Again, remember guys, reply to your fucking comments. This actually just boosts your engagement. Me and Mark were actually talking about this the other day. Nobody fucking do this. Nobody does this, bro. Nobody replies to comments. And he's literally been doing it every single fucking day. And bro just hit like a fucking 5K day yesterday. So again, like crazy shit. Reply to your fucking target demographic. You should probably do it, because if you comment back, they're going to probably comment back to your comment, and that's only going to just increase the engagement of the video. And then other people are going to see, oh, this guy actually fucking comments back. Let me comment. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just want attention. So reply to your comments and DMs.
Yeah, I can double down on this. Sorry for interrupting, but when I made, the 10K in week, I always reply to, the comments asking where to buy this. It boosts engagement, boosts your video, and gives you more sales.
Exactly. Like Ernesto, you hit what, a 13K week, and you were just spamming. You were just spamming replies on, hey, this is where to buy. I'll send you the link in the bio, right? Or in the DMs.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, the minimum you can do is just reply to your comments from people that actually want to buy it, and also reply to your DMs. Like, actually send them the link to the product page or your product. And bro, because these people are actually trying to buy your product, so the least you could do is just reply to them so they could buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the least you could do. So yeah, super helpful tip there. And then again, during the evening, once the sun's going down, you're trying to chill, you could kind of like work on, store operations. So, you're checking on your supplier, you're checking on your customer support emails, making sure that shipping is good and that you're fulfilling your orders, you're finding the right suppliers, stuff that doesn't take too much energy, but is super necessary when it comes to the fulfillment process. And then at night, 15 minutes before I go to bed, I like to review my analytics, double down on what's working, and kind of create a game plan for the next day, right? Because again, it's super important as a CEO, important as a business owner to reflect, right? Reflect on what's working, reflect on what's not working, and what to kind of double down on and, continue doing. So again, the main focus of this is to focus on content, products, and fulfillment, and just eliminate all distractions that have nothing to do with organic or your self-development, right? Everything here is connected. And so it starts by your psychology, to learning the actionable steps to go all in this Q4, and then obviously creating the right system for you, right, to go all out. Because we all have different mental capacities, we all have different preferences when it comes to scheduling our day. So it's really just about what you can do to make the most out of it. Because I'm a lot different than you, et cetera, et cetera. Like, what might have worked for me maybe it doesn't work for you when it comes to scheduling out your day. I'm the type of guy where I fucking just jot down a whole bunch of bulletin points on what I need to do today. But I know people like RT that need a little bit more, I guess, like strictness in their day. So we're planning out every hour to 30 minutes of their day so they know they can follow it. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're all different. But what I'm really trying to say here is like really just finding that system for you this Q4 to genuinely just go all out. And yeah, bro, this is pretty much all I had for today. We are pumped as fuck. Yeah, dude, 100%. I hope you are. I hope you're pumped up. And, obviously you guys have all of you have like these one-on-one meetings with me. So if you guys want, I'm going to probably have everyone book their meeting for this week. And, we can kind of like deep dive into like how to create like your own plan, because like I said, everyone's situation is a little bit different. So if you want, book your one-on-one call so we can kind of talk about like your specific game plan and how to, I guess, maximize your schedule, since we all kind of live different lives, etc. But yeah, I definitely recommend everyone to like continue doing product research as much as possible to, again, find 3 products, 4 products to go into Q4 with. Because again, I think there's never going to be enough product research that you could do, right? Like you might think, oh, I did 2 hours today, I did whatever, but there's always more you could have done because again, like there's just unlimited products out there that are potential winners. And so the more you look, the more you're exposed to these products. And again, over time, guys, you're going to be learning like, oh, this is a good product. Oh, this is a bad product. Oh, this is worth running. Oh, this isn't running. And so again, the only way you're going to know that and find that is by exposing yourself to more. The only way you expose yourself is just to do more product research. And again, I want all of you here to win this Q4, right? Like, again, I'm going to give you guys the tools. I'm going to literally teach you what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, so you guys can learn from my own mistakes. But it's really just a matter of implementing and truly taking this shit seriously, bro. Like, truly taking this business model like a fucking real job. Like Mark, again, I'm going to mention him again. Like this kid's 18 and I think he did like what, like a 10K week, dude. Like, I don't know, bro. Like what 18-year-old is making that kind of money, bro?
I'm at 10K. Well, I'm at 12K in 3 days.
Like, bro, like who at 18 is making $12,000, bro? Like no one is, no one. And so this is when you have to start treating this like a real fucking job, because no 9 to 5 is going to pay you 12K in 3 weeks or in 3 days, unless you're a fucking, I don't know, scientist, you know, finding a cure for a crazy disease, you know, like I'm just being honest, right? And so you have to literally just weigh the pros and cons and find the right vehicle to get you your dream life or your dream outcome, right? And so when you start thinking of like, all right, is this a high ROI activity for me? Is this a really good return on investment for me? You start to really I guess, being picky and selfish about what really matters in your life. And so again, guys, it's always going to be a matter of cutting shit out and not adding new stuff in, you know? And that's what's really changed my life, bro. Like living a simple ass life, dude. I wear the same clothes every day. I wear the same white shirt every fucking day. My routine is literally the same. I wake up at the same time. I eat the same food. I hang out with the same friends. Like, bro, my life is very simple, but the simplicity factor is the key to the focus, right? Because focus is just eliminating all distractions, right? You can't be multitasking. You can't be trying to do crypto here, drop shipping here. Like, bro, that never fucking works, bro. You have to stick to one thing and just go all in. And Q4 is where it happens, bro. You know, Q4 is when you can genuinely change your life.